The Mariners win 2-0 in the final game versus the Royals as they prepare for the biggest series of all of our lives versus the Astros. I'm going to break it all down on this episode. Hi, everybody. I am Sam Edwards, the host here for Mariners Daily, the daily podcast for the Mariners, hardcore Mariners fan, nerd Mariners fan, thinking Mariners fan. That's what it is. Thank you so much for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy this podcast so far, make sure you subscribe, hit a like on the video. I really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments what you want to see in future episodes, any questions that you have, and anything that I could be doing better or anything that you enjoy already. But either way, we're going to break down last night's game. We're going to cover the Astros series in depth, look at all the pitching matchups. We're going to cover the X factors on each team, who's a player that needs to come through on each team for them to win this series. The key X factor, and then of course at the end of the episode, I'm gonna give my confidence level, and if the Mariners are gonna make the playoffs, or if they're gonna win the division. So either way, we're gonna cover everything on this episode. First on the docket, obviously the game recap from last night. Today is Friday, September 19th. We're almost at the end, baby. Oh my gosh, it's coming up so quick. Either way, 2-0 win versus the Royals. Luis Castillo pitched 6 shutout innings, only gave up 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. Still not getting the swings and misses on that slider and changeup, but doing more than enough and getting through this fairly easy lineup in the Royals. This is the first shutout at Kauffman Stadium since July 4th, 2007. The first time the Mariners have shut the Royals out at Kauffman Stadium since July 4th, 2007. That's insane. I saw that on the broadcast. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I gotta throw it on the episode. That's crazy. We gotta, oh my goodness, excuse me. Um, Crazy. Absolutely insane. Stephen Kolek on the other side, pitched very well himself. 7 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits given up, 1 earned run, 2 runs total, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Why 2 runs, 1 earned? There was an error made, and there was. Probably the most interesting error I've seen in a long time because the ban of the shift, an infielder is not allowed to be touching the outfield grass, especially if the play involves him. You can challenge it, and they did. They challenged the ball. It was in the 8th inning. Second baseman Michael Massey was standing partially on the outfield grass. Dominic Canzone's ground out to him, and they Mariners saw it. They challenged it, and they got it correct. And they got Massey on first, and then later they paid for it because J.P. Crawford came through with an RBI double down the right field line to give the Mariners the lead. And yeah, I mean they didn't need it at the end of the day, but still, it gave us a little breath, little exhale because it was a close game all the way through, and I was worried. I was definitely worried. Bizzardo, we just covered him yesterday. If you want to hear an in-depth breakdown on Bizzardo, go listen to yesterday's episode. A lot of fun to dive into him and his pitch usage. He's made some key changes, and yeah, you got to go. You got to go to yesterday's episode and go check that out because it was a good, fun, in-depth dive for me. Spear or Spire, how do you say it? Is it Spear? Fill me in the comments. Somebody help me out. Somebody put the pronunciation in there. I think it's Spear. Spear pitched the 8th. And Munoz obviously pitched the 9th, 3 strikeouts, pitched fantastic. It was an amazing at bat versus Bobby Witt, going just dotting the fastball, dotting the slider, outside, 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 goes up and in, still in the strike zone, and Bobby Witt fouls it off. Fantastic at bat, and then goes outside for the slider again, and he swings and misses. It was absolutely fantastic. Love to see it. Munoz, when he is on, is so freaking dope, and I'm so glad that we have him. And you know what? If Bizzardo can keep up this dope pitching of himself, that's fantastic. And we can get Brash back on the same page. That would be awesome too, because yeah, no, he needs to be better than he has been. That blow up was no bueno. No bueno whatsoever. So either way, 2-0 win. Great confidence boost going into the Astros series. Yeah, this series is so big, man. Like you can't overstate how big it is, honestly. It's so huge. Either way, let's break down their past the past. Let's break down the past. Um, they've faced them in 3 series. Last time they faced them, July 18th through the 20th. Game 1, the Mariners won that one 6-1. Castillo pitched 6 and 2/3 shutout innings, did fantastic. Game 2 was a much harder battle, 7-6 win in the 11th for the Mariners. They were able to beat up on Lance McCullers, who pitched 2 and 2/3 innings, pitched 5 hits, given up 4 earned runs, 3 walks. Not great. Game 3, they had Woo on the mound, and it felt like we were going for a solid sweep, and it just didn't go their way. He gave up 2 home runs over his 6 innings, Woo, which is not great. Little disappointing, but either way, hopefully he can rewrite that. Hunter Brown on the other side didn't do fantastic as well. Pitched 4 innings at start, 6 hits, given up 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts though. So the Mariners took that series. That was the only series that they've taken. And wait a second. No, is that true? Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, they took the first series. Okay. 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 So yeah, it was the second series, which was the 4-game series. The Astros won the first game 2-9, or it's 9-2. They won the second. They lost the second game actually. Mariners did win that one 5-3. Game 3 was a tight one. It was 1-2. Mariners lost that one. Wu pitched in that game, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, but 10 hits. Not great for your ace. Got to see him come through. This is a big redemption game for Wu as well versus the Astros. Got to see him pitch like an ace. And then game 4 of that series, which was back in May, uh, they lost 3-5. Close. These are close battles. And then they started off April 7th through the 9th with a 3-game series versus the Astros as well. The Mariners took first game 4-3. They lost the second game 1-2, and then they won the third game 7-6. So they did take that series. Overall, they are 5-5 when facing each other this year, the Mariners and Astros. Ridiculous. Of course, and they're tied in the division. Of course, everything comes down to this, man. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm so freaking nervous. Scoring wise, though, the Astros did take that. Mariners scored 39 runs total for all the series that they faced the Astros, and the Astros scored 48 runs. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nothing's written in stone yet. We're not ready yet, but we're gonna get there. Game 1 is gonna be Wu versus Brown. We've seen this before. Wu has been fantastic this season, but so is Wu. Wu uh, has been great. Sorry, did I say Wu has been fantastic, but then also Wu? I don't know what I said. Wu has been fantastic, but also Brown has been as well. Brown striking out a little bit more guys, but the main bit is that he's given up way less hard contact than Wu has. Um, the home runs per nine 0.77 versus Wu's 1.29. Little scary. The reason Wu can get by with that is because his K percentage is so high, 26.8, and the walk percentage is so low, 4.9. So when he's giving up homers, they're so low homers. So absolutely fantastic. He had a 3.0. Wu's got a 3.02 ERA on the season. Brown's got a 2.27 ERA on the season. It's going to be such a tight battle. I'm really curious to see how this first game goes, and I'm very nervous about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really want this. They need this, man. They do. They really need this. Game 2 is gonna be Kirby versus Valdez. This is gonna be an interesting one. I mean, Kirby, we've seen him improve as the season's gone along. We've seen that fastball get those swings and misses at the top of the zone. It's been fantastic to watch, but I'm a little worried. I'm worried. Of course I am. I'm worried. Kirby's got a 4.46 ERA on the season. Valdez has been very consistent this year, as he usually is, a 3.59 ERA, 3.32 FIP on the season. And the Sterling? Yeah, the Sterling ground ball percentage, 58.2 ground ball percentage on the season for Valdez. Got that sinker, got that changeup. He's making it work. So that'll be a tough one. Man, these are all going to be super close games, I think. Oh my gosh. Game 3 is going to be Logan Gilbert versus Jason Alexander. Gilbert, obviously been striking out the world, but also gives up a decent amount of hard contact himself. He's kept it in check though this season. 3.53 ERA, 3.24 FIP, doing very well, and the walks are in check. That's the big bit for him. 5.9 on the walk percentage. 33.3 K percentage for Gilbert. That's crazy. I didn't know his K percentage was that high, and I'm doing a freaking daily podcast on the Mariners. Oh my gosh, we're learning together, guys. We're learning together. This is good. Jason Alexander as well. I didn't look into him. He's been in AAA for most of the season. But 65 and a third innings pitched in the majors so far this year. A 2.76 ERA, 4.27 FIP. So maybe he's getting a little bit lucky. We'll see how that progresses. 20.3 K percentage, so not terribly high. 7 walk percentage, not terribly high. 1.24 home runs per nine, which is a little high, especially for a guy that doesn't strike out a whole lot of people. Um, yeah, we'll see. A 259 BABIP. I think that's probably where the luck is starting to creep in a little bit. And then an 84.3 lift on base percentage. I think that is a fairly lucky high number for him. So we'll see if we can get to him. We'll see. Yeah, no, I'm nervous about this series, but it's so exciting. So exciting. Now, honestly though, losing one to the Royals though, that does mean, I mean, we've got a Rockies series right after this Astros series. We got to sweep the Rockies because then we face the Dodgers next, which is our final series, and that one's going to be tough as well. So, obviously, we got to take on the series first versus the Astros. It's going to be very tough. They've got some good stats versus each other. So I'm really curious to see what happens. But then also at the same time, looking at the Astros, their hitting is not great. And listen, Yordan Alvarez is out for a good little while, and they still have not said for how long he's going to be out for with the sprained ankle that he got earlier this week. But he's going to be out for a little while, and he's not going to be in this series. Um, Now, obviously, I'm not rooting for players to get injured. I would rather the Astros be at full health and the Mariners still beat them. That would be great. But if he's injured, then he's injured. Whoops. Yeah, no, I'm not rooting for players to get injured, but I don't mind it when the Astros stud hitter gets injured right before the Mariners series. I don't mind that whatsoever. So we'll take it. Because besides that, the Astros hitting wise, not been very good, man. Altuve's not been anything to speak of as of late. And yeah, Jeremy Pena is like one of the only guys that is like doing his thing and actually performing very well. Everybody else, I'm sorry, I keep yawning. This is ridiculous. Woof. The later episode that I'm recording this Thursday night right now. So maybe I'm tired or something. I don't freaking know, dude. Whatever. Strapping. Yeah, the hitting's not been very good for the Astros. So the X Factor, woo, we're on X Factors already, baby. The X Factor for the Astros. We're gonna cover the Astros first. The X factor, because Jordan is out, they need a hitter to step up. And you could argue for a lot of different people, and I could easily understand Altuve because he's always been the guy that it's like he's got to be the guy. But I'm gonna go with their recent offseason addition that's starting to turn it on a little bit in the second half here, and a guy that you maybe don't aren't super scared of overall, but he could definitely get a couple homers, and especially because the Astros are at home. I'm going with Christian Walker. I was a huge Christian Walker guy for a good little while, especially with him with the Diamondbacks. Just so consistent, one of the best defensemen at first base. Um, and yeah, I actually thought this deal with the Astros was going to be like really good, and now it's been really bad. Through the first half, 377 plate appearances for Christian Walker. He's hitting 229, 286 with a 374 slugging percentage, good for a 660 OPS. 660 OPS. That's crazy. An 83 runs created plus, so well below average for the first half. He was still hitting, for good enough power because honestly, a 374 slugging is not terrible when you're hitting 229. But either way, should still be higher. But we've seen him start to get a little bit better in the second half. I'm so sorry, guys. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Wow. The second half, my gosh, he's been a lot better. 234 plate appearances in the second half for Christian. He's hitting 242, 312, still not amazing. A 450 slugging percentage, good for a 762 OPS, so a good 100 points higher. And a lot of that is coming in the slugging percentage department. Good for a 110 runs created plus, so he's above average there. Yeah, I'm a little scared of Christian Walker. It's the pole homers. Those pole homers with the Crawford boxes in left field are so dangerous, and I think he's a huge X factor for this team. With so many good pitching matchups left and right. Oof, oh my gosh. I keep apologizing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. This is stupid. But Christian Walker, the whole pole homers, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and I'm scared. The X factor for the Mariners, Tough to go here, man. Tough to pick a name, but I'm going with the guy that just hit the RBI double today, last night, JP Crawford. He's turned it on in September, man. He went through a dry spell. And listen, he goes through dry spells. He started off the season extremely well, and everybody's like, "Oh, is this JP Crawford's year?" I've seen this happen before. I know it's not his year, but he gets cold, he gets hot, baby. Just like Geno Suarez does. And I'm really curious to see if he starts getting hot a little bit. That would be dope. But either way, JP Crawford in July, he had 112 plate appearances. He was hitting 223, 279 for the on base and a 311 slugging percentage. Good for a 590 OPS and a 72 runs created plus. Terrible. Come August, he's got 102 plate appearances in August. He hit 239, 307, 348 for the slugging. Good for a 655 OPS. Okay, so we're trending in the right direction. 91 runs created plus. And now it has culminated in he's having a great month so far in September, and I just want to see it continue. And he needs to come through versus the Astros here. He's kind of the underrated deep in the lineup. JP Crawford can come through. He can get that clutch hit. And we've seen it happen this month so far. He's hitting 300 for this month with a 364 on base and a 480 slugging percentage. Good for an 844 OPS and a 142 runs created plus. Only 50 plate appearances. Listen, small sample size. I get it, but he's getting hot right now. And we know when JP Crawford gets hot, he heats up like a lot, man. 142 runs created plus over any sample size is good, man. That's just a good thing. So give me JP Crawford. Obviously, you need all your starters to come through. Obviously, you need the bullpen to stay nails, and you need Raleigh, Rodriguez, Arozarena, Naylor. You need these guys to come through, and I think they will. And honestly, looking at the Mariners lineup, I like it a lot more than the Astros. And I can't remember the last time I said that. You'd probably have to rewind to like 20. Oof. When would you have to go back to? 2016, 2015? I think that's probably the last time I would have said that. That I like the Mariners lineup more than the Astros in terms of just how good I think they're going to be. Um, so this could be magical, man. This could be our year. This could be it, man. This could be it. And I like the lineup a lot. I just like the Astros pitching a lot, and them playing at home is a huge boost for them. And yeah, I'm really curious. Really curious to see what happens here. All right. Final question. Will the Mariners win the division or settle for a wild card? Now, listen, last week, I recorded a couple preliminary episodes. Confidence level, I was a good 80% that they were going to make the playoffs. Pretty confident. That's only gone up. I'm 100%. They are making the playoffs. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are not going cold. They are going to get to the playoffs. That's no doubt. Winning the division. Oh, baby. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. I feel like they could win this series. I feel like they could win, get best 2 out of 3 versus the Astros and still lose the division. Like, it's that freaking close. I mean, we're tied right now. Like, oh my goodness. So, confidence level that they're going to win the division. Last week I said 50%. I was 50-50 last week. I was unsure. I think they proved to me. We can move the needle a little bit. Give me 65%, give me 70% possibly. 65 to 70% we're gonna win the division. I feel good, man. I feel pretty good. I'm scared. And I think I'm scared because I feel good about their chances of winning the division. When you're like positive and you're like, am I being too overly positive? Like, yeah, that's I'm in my head. I'm totally in my head about it. But either way, give me 65, 70%. What do you guys think? What do you think? What's your confidence level? How do you feel? How do you feel about this team? How do you feel about this series? So many good matchups. Oh my gosh. Huh. Who's your X factor? Who's your X factor for this series? I want to know. JP Crawford's my guy. I'm going with JP Crawford. He's hot right now. He's looking real good, and he's getting those clutch hits when he needs to. And yeah, I'm super excited. Super excited. So guys, enjoy. I'll see you next week on Monday. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this podcast so far, Mariners Daily, baby. We're giving you stats, we're giving you stuff to think about, but we're giving you the fandom as well. So I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you back next week. Have a good one.